Live from Blair Academy here in Blairstown, New Jersey. We welcome you in as we continue our coverage of the Prep State Playoffs. As today, the Buccaneers at 11-2-1, the 2 seed takes on the 3rd seeded Pennington Red Raiders at 14-2-3. Hi, folks. Alongside Simon Rose, I'm Matt Nelson. Great to have you here with us at Blairstown, New Jersey. It is a wonderful day. A little bit blustery winds, but other than that, it's a great day for a soccer game. And Simon, Pennington is on a roll. They won the Mercer County tournament last night, defeating West Windsor South 3-1, and they are just on fire.
Yeah, they certainly are playing well, but they did have to play last night, and the weather that came into play on Wednesday certainly putting a fork in a lot of the scheduling going on, not only today and yesterday and Wednesday, but also for the Prep Championships coming up on Sunday as well. Everybody's kind of shuffling to make sure that they can get things going. So Pennington having to play last night. We'll see if those tired legs come into effect, because playing back-to-back days, full 80 minutes, I guess, of soccer, not easy to do, but Pennington surely has the talent to do so. Blair Academy 11-2-1. What a great season they've had. One of those losses came to Mercersburg Academy, where they were leading 2-0 in the last 3 minutes and actually gave up that lead. So they could be a one-loss team at this point in the season, but to be hosting a playoff game at this point in the Prep A semifinals, that's impressive, and it speaks to the success that Blair Academy has had this year.
These are two teams who last year combined for 8 wins all of last year, so they really weren't mentioned at all when you talked about teams that would be in contention for the state championship. So two teams that last year had 4 losses apiece, and now they're about to play for a state championship. The winner of this game will actually take on St. Benedict's Prep, who knocked off Petty yesterday 3-1. The championship game will take place Wednesday at NJIT. Let's take a look at our coaches spotlight. And for Blair Academy, it's on 3rd-year taskmaster Matt Nall, who is also a member of the English department here at Blair, previously coaching at the University of New England, and an assistant coach at Williams College, also where Lauren Vostel currently plays her collegiate basketball. She played here at Blair the last 4 years, and Nall received his bachelor's degree at Wesleyan University. Right now resides in Madison, New Jersey. And his go-to player for Blair Academy is Sena Nodehu, as we get ready to pull up the graphic on Sena. The senior out of Beijing, China, has scored 12 times on the season, had a massive game earlier this week, scoring 3 times and contributing 3 assists in a 7-2 win over Rutgers Prep earlier in the week, originally from Zimbabwe. And with that, we'll take a look at the starters for both teams, and it looks like we are going to begin with the visiting Pennington Red Raiders. There are some notes on the starting lineups for both teams, so please bear with us. Tunji Unatsiri, the star of this team, is now playing midfield. Paulo Magalhães will be alongside the other forward, who is now Eric Broadway, originally on defense. The midfielders are Freitas, Panson, Corte, Bull, and Liu. And joining, well, actually, there are now 2 defenders. I believe it's Subarski and Galloway, and Asher Carlson in the cage for the Red Raiders, who have been on a hot roll since this past weekend. Take a look at the starting lineup for the home team, the Blair Academy Bucks. Also some minor adjustments to their lineup, not as complicated as that of Pennington's, but joining Nodehu. Actually, Nodehu is the only forward in this contest, along with Okpoye, Corio, Frick, who are also in the midfield. Ekram Ahan has moved back to midfield. Matt Jurasivagenda out of the starting lineup. And the defenders are JT Lamont, Owen Patterson, Jacob Sudol, Jack Mooney, with Mike Iacono, the Haverford College commit, in the cage for the Buccaneers.
Remember, JT Lamon. Lamon like salmon. We just heard from his mother to make sure we get that right. But Lamon like salmon, certainly a key part of this Blair Buccaneers team. Let's take a look at some of the notes from Blair, Matt. You can take us through these.
Absolutely. We mentioned early on that Blair had just 4 wins last year. They lost in the Prep A quarterfinals to Lawrenceville. Earlier this year, in the match with Pennington, it was a 2-2 tie in a game that, according to Pennington head coach Chad Bridges, was played in the monsoon, and it was shortened due to thunder and lightning, so both teams ended up in a 2-2 draw. Also note that Blair is 0-6-1 against Pennington since 2009, including state tournament games, so we'll see if those numbers figure into today's matchup. We're going to step aside for a minute. When we come back, opening kickoff. 2C of Blair, 3C of Pennington. Prep A state semifinals are next on Strive. Back here at Blair Academy, Underwood Field, where Pennington and Blair get set to do battle in the Prep A State Semis. Winner of this game goes to NJIT Wednesday to take on top seed St. Benedict's Prep and the undefeated Gray Bees. There you see the Blair goalkeeper, Mike Iacano, and speaking of him, we welcome in our viewers from Switzerland who are about 5 hours ahead of us. Iacano originally from Switzerland. He's got a great fan base on hand tuning in right now. On the other side, as you just saw, Pennington in the final team huddle. Mercer County Tournament champions as of last night. Now going for the state championship. And it all starts here at Blair. Watch out for Tunji Unatiri, number 9 in the red and black. As he has been just tearing apart the competition throughout the year. Blair has won the toss. They'll go from left to right on your monitor, as Pennington will go from right to left.
Yeah, and that's going to be a key, Matt. You can see Blair going left to right after winning the toss, and that's a good decision by them. The wind is whipping around here at Underwood Field, and for the most part, it is moving for easiness sake from left to right on your screen. So Blair going with the wind here in the first half.
Kickoff has begun. We are underway from Underwood Field. Winner will go to NJIT to take on St. Benedict's Prep on Wednesday. And we get our first whistle of the contest. It'll be Pennington possession. Red Raiders at 14-2-3. Blair at 11-2-1. And just an amazing turnaround from both teams from last year to this. Pennington with the possession, near side of the field right now. Now they'll work it out towards the center. This is Jared Panzen. We mentioned Pennington in the red and black. Blair in the white and navy blue in the numbers. Kyle Galloway near side. Gets a pass off to Panzen. Now back to Galloway. Trying to play keep away right here. And he's going to go backwards again to Griffin Bull, the senior, out of Pennington, New Jersey. Cross to the other side. And this one's going to Lucas Freitas. Pennington still controlling it. And a lot of short passes, a lot of one-touch passes early on. Here's Tunji Unatiri. And a pass attempt for his teammate, intercepted by JT Lamon. Good defensive play by the senior out of Branchville, New Jersey. Here's Broadway. One-on-one on the sideline, back to Unatiri. Now to Broadway. One touch to Galloway. Back to Broadway. Now they continue to work backwards to Sacho Corte, the Boston University commit.
Early possession clearly in favor of Pennington. It doesn't even seem like Blair has touched the ball to this point. They'll do so here with a throw-in.
I remember in the pre-game show, you mentioned that, the possibility of Pennington's legs being tired. They played a lot of games since Saturday. See how it affects them early on.
Early on, I think that they might be just working straight on adrenaline. And in a game like this, usually that kind of energy will just carry you through. Where you start to see those legs, those tired legs coming into effect is in the second half. So we'll see if Blair, they would do really well to stave off and play well here in the first, especially considering they're with the wind.
Just over 2.5 minutes in, no score from Blair. Pennington still with possession as Galloway tries to play keep away. And we'll send it to the sideline for Galloway. Galloway unable to keep it in bounds, no whistle. And now the whistle blows. It's a late whistle as Kyle Galloway was dribbling the ball, but it went out of his reach. And now a whistle. As Stephen Frick, number 12 in the white and blue, gets tripped up for Blair. So a free kick award to the Buccaneers as they try to capitalize. Remember, they haven't played since Monday. A 7-2 win right here at home over Rutgers Prep, and that was the day before. Well, we had a very interesting broadcast, or at least you did.
When was that? What did you say?
Tuesday, the girls' soccer game.
Oh, yeah, it was fun.
Darkness and moving the game from this field to the football field.
Yeah.
There were no lights.
Yeah, we had to swing behind us about 360 degrees. Thank goodness that we have our cameras have the capability of going 360 degrees and gave us a vantage point of the football field, even when they moved the game over to there. So thankfully we didn't have to mess up any of our setup or haul any of our equipment to the other side. We were able to get that game in its entirety on the air.
Pass broken up by Owen Patterson and booted out of bounds, high and deep by Bull. Check that, it's actually in play.
Yeah, I think the wind may have caught that up in the air.
Wind blowing from our left to our right throughout the early minutes of this contest. 35-36 left on the scoreboard here at Blair. No score in the first half. Now a free kick awarded here to Enzo Okpoye. Expect to hear his name a lot. Originally inserted into the starting lineup as a corner midfielder, now playing as the inside left mid. Now the refs will back this up as Patterson will take the direct kick. We saw him take a lot of free kicks in our first men's soccer broadcast against PDS. And booting it out, a goalkeeper that actually might be Max Panado. Asher Carlson originally the scorekeeper. And now it's worked back to Patterson. To his right to Sudo. Unitiri coming in, he breaks it up. Down the sideline he comes. Tunji Unitiri, the soon-to-be Washington Husky. Now pass broken up again by Ekrem Ahan, number 9. Aham with some help on his right. It is saved nicely by Frick, but it's played out, and Frick with the last touch. Galloway will take the throw in. The junior from Manahawk in New Jersey. Pennington try to play it back. They have kept possession for most of the first 6 minutes or so in this contest. This is John Corio playing it back. A one-touch by Blair. Headed away by Galloway. He goes airborne and a foul is called against Blair. And I believe that was the right call as Galloway appears to be slightly shaking up, but gets under his own power with ease.
Good gamesmanship there by Sina Nodehu to go over there and help him up.
So off the free kick, here come the Red Raiders. Working from right to left on your monitor. This is Corte to the near side for Kyle Galloway, who tries to send a cross, intercepted by Patterson. And now another pass intercepted here by Aiden Liu, number 12. We mentioned how Pennington is coming off a Mercer County tournament victory last night. A 3-1 win over West Windsor Plainsboro South to get their first MCT championship in 3 years. Played into the middle for Jared Panson. One touch to Galloway. Now to Unitiri, now back to Galloway. Great movement right there as Galloway goes airborne again. No foul. Tunji Unitiri. Some nifty footwork there. Originally committed to Boston University. And then decommitted and decided to go in a different path. He's been all around as shot attempt deflected and broken up by Jacob Sudel.
What a fast motor up top there for Pennington. Among 3 defenders, still able to get a reasonable chance off.
Ahan works it towards Frick. Frick going one-on-one here down the sideline. Ahan sends a pass, and Pennington will try to clear it. They do. Nicely done by Corte. Corte, one touch, played away by Edgar Mahan. And this is Panson. And cleared away by Sudel. And a foul against Tunji Unitiri. Check that. It was actually number 3. Eric brought away a slight push on the Blair player. And that ball will trickle out of bounds. We have Pennington throw in from the far side. No score in the early minutes of this contest. We are in the 10th minute. Winner will go to NJIT Wednesday to take on top seed St. Benedict's Prep and play for a state title. Keep in mind that if you are a Blair fan, it's not the last game of the year. Of course, that's if Blair advances. Because next Saturday, as we'll be at Petty for Blair Petty Day, the Bucks will take on the Falcons on November 7th.
In football. Well, and not only that, we've got
Right.
Blair football tomorrow against Lawrenceville.
Right, and what I mean by Blair Petty Day is practically every fall team imaginable, from
Right.
football to soccer to field hockey of all levels. They're going to go to Heightstown, my hometown, and contend for a major trophy.
Yeah, it's an event, that Blair Petty Day. We've talked to both parties, people from Blair, people from Petty. They all get very excited for it. That one day on the calendar, as one coach told me, you get one win on the season on Blair Petty Day, that can erase an entire season's worth of woes.
Yeah, there you go. Just forget about all the rest of your games and focus on Blair Petty Day.
Well, it's a good consolation if things aren't going your way.
Flag is waved, no whistle. Not sure if it was a push or offsides. As Jack Mooney works it out to the Blair player in Nodehue. Pennington now playing keep away as they work into Panson.
Yeah, they've been playing keep away this entire half. This has been a very impressive display of possession here for the team in red.
This is Panson working it toward the sideline for Galloway. Galloway's got Unitiri in front of him. Instead, he goes back to Panson. Now works it to Paulo Magalhães, the Brazil native.
Another very international game here, Matt, huh? We've got some players from all over the world.
Absolutely.
including the goalkeeper for Blair.
Yep.
And Iacono.
This is Galloway trying to find Unatiri. It's broken up quickly by Mooney. Now Panson working it back for the Red Raiders to Corte. To the sideline again, this is Galloway. Trying to find Tunji Unatiri, who's in front of him. But Blair's done a good job of protecting Unatiri and keeping the ball away from their go-to player. Originally a forward coming in, but pulled back to the midfield from head coach Chad Bridges.
Blair has done a really nice job here to keep their shape. You can see the possession obviously in favor of Pennington, but really there's been no balls or opportunities to play any through balls or any dangerous balls. So in the back, Blair still playing very, very well and solidly. We haven't seen really any good chances thus far, despite the possession.
Aiden Liu on the far side of the field, down to Panson. One touch from Galloway. And again, you see Pennington just play keep away, but it's broken up by the Buccaneers. Here they come on the attack. Nice break up that time.
Yeah, and they had a man leaking into the far corner, and I think that probably would have been the better advised ball to play. Instead, they turn it over.
Margulies called for a foul here as he trips up Ekra Mahan. A direct kick coming up for the Blair Buccaneers. No score with about 26 and a half left in the first half. Free kick will be taken by Jacob Sudol. Just inside midfield. Nice bender. Play back for Okpoye. One touch. Plays it across. And the ball is picked up and thrown immediately by Max Panado. Let's back to Galloway. And he'll cross into the other side. Another pass broken up here by Ahan. And a chance potentially for the Bucks. And a nice save that time from Panado. Does it stay in? He keeps it from going in the net and pokes it away with his hand. A beautiful save by Max Panado. And we're still scoreless. This one set out and broken up by Unatiri. It will be a corner kick for Blair. Their first of the afternoon. Also good to mention that off camera, Jim Stone has made his way out to Underwood Field. The athletic director here at Blair, also the football coach, will be busy in action tomorrow. The Blair corner is too far for everyone. Will have to be played out of bounds. Pennington will bring on their first subs. I believe Adam Charles, number 2, amongst those coming in. So a wasted opportunity for Blair early on. Off a corner kick from the near side, just went over everyone's head. And now Pennington looking to respond. They've been playing keep away since we got started. In the 16th minute, no score. Winner will go to NJIT Wednesday to take on top-seeded St. Benedict's Prep and the undefeated Graybees. This is Corte. Out to Griffin Bull. He's got Galloway on his left. And we'll play it back to Corte. Red Raiders coming off a Mercer County Tournament Championship last night, which was played on a neutral field at Hopewell Valley. There's field hockey coach also in attendance. As Ahan charges toward the net, it's broken up by the Pennington Red Raiders. I believe that was Galloway who got a foot in there. Sarah O'Neill is in attendance, as well as Jim Stone. So a lot of the Blair head coaches from other teams out to witness this event.
It's been a fun season for not only the Blair boys soccer team, but you're right, the field hockey team and the football team. And the best part about the community here at Blair is obviously, you just mentioned these coaches in attendance, everybody supporting each other.
Cortez pass broken up by Sudol. Cortez had it back for a minute, and here comes Okpoye. Works it out to Nodehue, and Pennington's defense again just in there to break it up. Again, there's no stopping this Red Raiders team. There really hasn't been stopping them since Saturday when they defeated Notre Dame in the MCT quarterfinals.
At that same token, the best chance in this game is, that's a great tackle there by Blair. The best chance in this game has come for the Buccaneers.
That was Adam Charles, who got knocked down but no whistle. This is Panson, and getting tripped up momentarily, it was Galloway. Charles. And now back to Galloway again. Tunji Natiri still in this contest, but he's on the other side of the field. Nice break up by Ahan. Down the field he goes. Ahan looking for Nodehue, and he is tripped up, and a whistle and a foul. Try and get one more look as to who committed the foul for Pennington, but there's a yellow card in the air. And that cannot be good for the Red Raiders. May have been Aiden Liu, number 12, who gets the yellow card, and he'll come out for a few minutes or so. They've stopped the clock here at Blair with 21:32 left in the opening half, no score. Nodehue will take the free kick. This is direct. Adam Charles amongst those in the wall for Pennington. On the right side of your screen, Nodehue. And this one headed away by Frick. That might be Corio, actually. They'll play it back. Wind picking up here at Blair, and a bicycle kick goes over the net. Oh, man. Enzo Okpoye nearly erupted the Buccaneers fans with a terrific bicycle kick attempt.
You know, I saw a bicycle kick attempt in the Mercersburg Academy Petty Falcon game we covered last week. I didn't think we were going to see another one, but that was beautifully done, beautifully executed. Just needed to be a little bit lower, obviously, but if there's a time to do it, it's in that area. Certainly a good attempt and an athletic play.
If that goes in, he's on SportsCenter for sure. You would send that over to Bristol, right?
Oh, for sure.
Okay, good.
You know it.
Good.
We'd find a way.
Now Blair trying to regroup as Akan gets tripped up, no whistle. As Cortez brings him down, he also went to the floor himself. Buccaneers now working it back to Griffin Bull, the senior out of Pennington, scored once this year. Bull back to Cortez, who has mainly been playing some defense early on, even though he's listed as a midfielder. And Cortez's best game came against Notre Dame with 2 goals in that MCT quarterfinal win, a game that actually featured some very interesting moments that took place after the game ended. Fans weren't too pleased with the officials for the Irish. And this one's going to go out of play. It will be a throw-in awarded to the Red Raiders. No score, just past the halfway point of half number 1. It'll be actually be a corner kick instead. I take that back. It will be a very, it might be a short corner based on how the Red Raiders are playing this out. Nope. Bender, and Poirier nearly, no, check that. It was actually Unatiri who nearly had a goal, as Charles watches that one go out of bounds. So Mike Iacano, the Switzerland native, will take this goal kick. We haven't mentioned him that much early on. He's made about 70 saves coming in. And in the fall, he'll head down to Philly to go to Haverford College. Line drive, goal kick. Magalhaes gets it out, intended for Pennington, broken up by the Blair's defense. Blair defense, excuse me. Charles. One touch for Dawson Kickoff, number 10. He came in on the substitution about 7 minutes ago. Quick throw in for Blair. Get out to Sudol. Plays it in the middle. Corte to his right for Panzin. And he'll send one out for Tunji Unatiri. Don't be surprised if you see his younger brother, Deji Unatiri, get a chance to come in. He's the freshman. There's a shot blasted high and over everything by Kickoff.
I think it was deflected, though. This is going to be a corner.
So if that's the case, a second opportunity here for the Red Raiders to score, and they'll make a substitution. Kickoff will check out. I might have been mistaken earlier, but Tunji Unatiri, check that. No, Lucas Freitas, number 4, is in. On the near side, that one just not played out correctly. That's buoyed away by Sudol. Coming in for it, Matt Jirasivaginda, originally in the starting lineup, started on the bench. Here's Thomas Robinson, and that one is played out by the Red Raiders. Let's see if they make this a corner.
I think it's a throw.
Headed away by Nodehue, and coming up with a save is Panado. It's interesting how we've mentioned Panado's name more often in the first half than none. When Pennington has controlled possession, keep in mind, early on they were playing keep away, as Charles can't control it. Out of bounds, quick throw in for Blair. And that one will go out of bounds. Ahan backing up, one touch from Sudol, high in the air, and headed away by Pennington, Satchel Corte. About 15 minutes left in closing. On the end of the first half, no score, as Blair and Pennington, the 2 and 3 seeds in the Prep A State Tournament, contend for a chance to go to NJIT on Wednesday and take on St. Benedict's Prep in the championship contest.
By the way, that game will be broadcast here on the Shrive Network.
Interesting, because I believe last year we did that same game also at NJIT.
There you go.
Subbing for the Red Raiders, Griffin Bull. Check that. Actually, yes. Nope. It's actually Deji Unatiri, the freshman and the younger brother of Tunji Unatiri, has checked in for the first time. And that, my friends, he might be one of the future stars of the Red Raiders in the next few years or so. Ooh. And a push and a huge shove by Enzo Poirier as he wrestles Magalhaes to the turf. That's a no-go. This might be an indirect free kick. It's turning into a direct one. Griffin Bull on for the direct kick. And now they're going to back up the Blair wall, which features Jirasivajinda and Sudal. Bull chips one, but it's headed away by Mooney. On the breakaway, no day. He was broken up by Galloway. If there's an unsung hero early on, it's Kyle Galloway. Corte gets it past Broadway. Not what he was intending on doing. Buccaneers have it now. Poirier trying to get rid of it. Whistle and a foul. It's against the Red Raiders. On this breezy Friday afternoon, we're going to be at Blair for pretty much most of the weekend. We've got the football game tomorrow against Lawrenceville, as the Big Red come to town.
And then on Sunday, we've got a game as well. Gill St. Bernard's will be playing in the Prep B Championship on their home field. Sunday at 1 o'clock right here on the Strive Network.
Tunji and Atiri, and a ball last touched by him, it went out of bounds. There are 12 and a half left, the first session. Chance for Nodehue. One-on-one. Nodehue shoots. Here's an open pass. It's good. And the Buccaneers lead 1-0. Will Kim scores for Blair as you get one more look. Watch him come in right there. Wide open and put it into the back of the cage. And so, with about 12 minutes left, Will Kim, who would have thought, the sophomore out of Fort Lee, New Jersey, comes up in a wide open situation from Sena Nodehue.
Yeah, that's all Nodehue there. He created that chance, and the only negative on the play is he was a little bit slow to get up, but he's finally back on his feet and on his respective side of the field. But yeah, Nodehue created that chance and was able to beat his man and get it to an open guy on the far side. That's poor defending by Pennington to leave Kim that wide open, but good execution by Nodehue and the Blair Academy Buccaneers.
So on a Will Kim goal, it's 1-0 Blair, and now this is rare to say for Pennington. They're trailing. They really weren't trailing at all this past week in the MCT.
Yeah, well, you're going up against a heavy hitter in the Blair Academy Buccaneers. They're not playing a home game in the Prep A semifinals for no reason. This is no slouch of a team, of course. So every game is a fight, no matter how good you are at this point in the season.
The throw in will go to Panson. Here is Bull. Make that Corte, and he is down. Whistle blows, foul. And that one should be against Zekra Mahan. This is for a chance to play undefeated St. Benedict's Prep Wednesday at NJIT. And now the referee is making his way behind the Pennington player, and he'll back up the direct free kick, which will be taken by Corte. Corte is ready. And he will boot this one right to the goalkeeper in Iacona. The Switzerland native, Hannah Haverford, next fall. His first year of collegiate soccer. As of now, the only Blair soccer player who has committed. Blair down and a whistle. That was Broadway, who was knocked down the turf, fell on his stomach, gets up with ease. Magalese off the foot of Corte. In comes Okpoye. Hands in, Now Corte again. He's got Broadway on the left. He'll play it towards the middle. Now Broadway eventually gets it. Corte to the middle for Magalese. Magalese fires a shot, and it's scooped up right away by Iacano. Now we're starting to see that the Red Raiders, the offense is starting to show some signs of improvement. And remember, they've been playing a lot of games since last Saturday when the Mercer County tournament started.
Get up, Eric. Get up now.
9 minutes left. First half, 1-0 Blair. They'll look it past Poirier. Poirier breaks up the pass attempt. Here come the Red Raiders in transition. Player tripped up, no whistle, and no one. They don't make a call. Now they do.
Yeah, this call is going to go against Pennington on the second call, but I think that Blair just got away with a foul. You can hear a lot of the guys supporting the Pennington faithful on this side, not happy with that. Would have been a very dangerous set piece for Pennington. Instead, Blair gets the break, and they'll have the free kick going the other way.
Satchel Cote was tripped up, and before that, no whistle was blown for a foul against Blair. Iacano, the free kick. They'll send this one across midfield. Headed away by Poirier. One touch from Kim. Oh, by the way, Will Kim is not wearing number 2, which is his primary jersey. It's number 24. 2 players down, no whistle. And tripping up, they say the foul is against Griffin Bull. He went one-on-one with Jacob Sudol before the whistle blew. Under 7.5 left. First half, 1-0 Blair. That one's heading in the direction of the fans. Remember that pretty big wind factor right now. Wind blowing from our left to our right.
Yeah, now it's kind of blowing from not left to right, but I guess the top of the screen to the bottom of the screen. This is just a swirling wind.
From north to south.
I suppose so. So it is a crosswind now. So at the beginning of the game, Blair may have had that slight edge with the wind, but now it might be kind of an even wind for the two teams.
Wind's actually blowing towards the trees that you see on the screen, northwest at 12 miles an hour.
Would you just pull up your weather app?
Maybe.
Listen, your weather app is not as reliable as my moist finger in the air.
Why do you say that?
Because your weather app isn't here. We are.
Galloway plays it to the middle, intercepted by Blair. One touch from Corte. Nearly tripping up on himself is Deji Unatiri. Galloway towards the middle, broken up and set in our direction. Kept alive momentarily by Mooney and into the seats. Galloway, the short throw in to Corte. Backing it up now for his defenseman. Corte in there. And eventually Pennington gets it back for just a moment. Pennington wins it out again. Approaching 5 minutes left. Back and forth they go on Blair enemy territory. This is Ahan. He gets down, no whistle, out to Stephen Frick. Ball is out of bounds, will be a throw-in for the Bucks. Now Galloway has it in his hands. I thought I saw them saying it's Blair throw-in. now they get it. Jack Mooney will take it. And give it off real quick to Ahan, now back to his teammate.
Great idea there by Ahan. Didn't have a lot of space, but was able to get a decent looking ball towards the far post. And in soccer, it really is all about ideas. More times than not, those ideas are not going to come to fruition. But as long as you have the right thought in mind and that translates to your play on the field, usually it's going to lead to good results.
This is Frick. And he winds up getting it to Nodehue. Nodehue past a couple of defenders. He goes down, no whistle. I don't think there was any contact there.
Love the pressure by the attacking midfielders and strikers of Blair Academy. And again, they win a throw. The defense just has to play perfect if you're Pennington. There's really no room for error given the pressure that Blair Academy is providing here. And again, a corner kick that they win for their team.
Blair was unsuccessful to convert on a corner kick early on one that was sent over everyone's head from the near side. It's Nodehue who will take it. And he sends it out, headed away by someone. Two players going forward, including Frick. Now cleared out of bounds.
You can hear that wind in our headphones. Man, this wind continues to be a factor, continues to be very strong here at Underwood Field.
Closing in on stoppage time. 2:37 left on the Blair scoreboard. Tunji Natiri had it for a minute. Broken up on the Blair defense. Now they play volleyball, basically, with their heads. Nodehue out to the right. Intended for Frick, but cleared out. Headed away that time by Owen Patterson. Red Raiders with another chance, maybe. Mercer County tournament champions last night. Now trying to go to the state championship and win one. The clock here at Blair is stopped with 2 minutes left, and so the refs will determine when the first half comes to an end. Red Raiders trying their best to pull even with Blair. 1-0 the score right now as Iacano makes the save. On a shy attempt for the Red Raiders. It was Aiden Liu who made the attempt. Iacano will take his time with this one. Headed by Corte, headed by Sudol. One touch by Magalese. Near slide tackle there from Blair. Broken up again by the Bucks. Man down, no whistle. And clearing it towards the sideline is Sudol. Check that was Corte out to Galloway, who keeps it in for a moment. Natiri. By the way, both of them are on the field. Tunji number 9, Deji number 20. Down the sideline they go. That ball out of bounds. An attempt by Dawson DeKoff, number 10. And here in stoppage time, Blair will make a quick sub. Number 15, Rio Hito Shapiro, who I don't think we've seen until now, just came out of the contest. And that will do it for the end of the first half. The Blair Buccaneers with a 1-0 lead and are 40 minutes away from going to the state title game against St. Benedict's Prep. we'll step aside and show you what we've been working on all season long right here on the Strive Network.
Pressure and an interception. Chase Singletary's going to take it to the house, and the Blair Academy Buccaneers strike first. Season, they still have not allowed a defensive touchdown, has Hun, until right now.
And there's an early shot, and it goes in for Emily Dehan, her 5th goal of the season. Just like that, Blair leads 1-0. And it gets through for a goal.
He passes it up. First pass to go in. A diving save. Oh my, Fiona Wong. What a save. Quarterback. Again. It's Farmer who breaks free. Somehow Keshawn Farmer is loose inside the 25, down to the 19th. He takes the pitch. Juwan Dobris weaving upfield across the 40, still on his feet, coming back the other way. Juwan Dobris makes the last man miss, and then he's gone. In the gun on 4th down. Rolling right, completing. Keeling Hunter has got the first down, and he's got the touchdown. On 4th and 9, Petty strikes again.
Back here at Blair Academy, Underwood Field, where the Bucks lead the Red Raiders 1-0 in the Prep A State semifinal. Matt Nelson, Simon Rose here with you. Winner of this game will go to NJIT on Wednesday and take on the top seed St. Benedict's Prep 3Bs. Early on, it was a lot of Pennington keep away, but Will Kim scored off a pass from Senna Nodehu in the 28th minute, and the Bucks have been making it difficult for Pennington to get their top scorer in Tunji Unitiri.
Yeah, a lot of credit to the defense and the goalkeeper. There you see Mike Iacono. But yeah, in the back, Blair has really played well. That's where their strong point has been in this game. It's been kind of a weird game because Pennington, like you said, kind of has controlled possession, and they really did control the ball for the most part in that first half. However, they didn't really have any attempts, any good scoring chances in the attacking third. All of the good scoring chances came for Blair Academy. There were two really good ones, one that went into the back of the net. So Blair certainly doing a little bit better on their opportunities to capitalize and convert them into goals.
And here we see early on with Pennington doing it again. They're playing it back to their defense. They're trying to work their way around, keep the ball away from Blair.
Be very patient is what Pennington's trying to do. They're a team that likes to stay in their form and wait for plays to develop. And when you're down 1-0, you're going to have to start getting a little bit more aggressive, taking a few more chances if you're Pennington, because they don't have much to show for it with all that possession.
A foul early on. Pennington will have a direct free kick, wasting no time getting rid of it. Number 4, Lucas Freitas. Surprising how we didn't call his name out that much in the first half when he is tied for second on the team in goals scored for the Red Raiders. Shot is wide right by Tunji Unitiri. And we'll probably see Mike Iacono take the goal kick here. Just underway in the second half. It's 1-0 Blair. A Will Kim goal in the 28th minute is the difference maker so far.
Yeah, that Will Kim goal was certainly a nice play by Sina Nodehu, who set it up and got the assist on it and took some contact as he played it across the goal mouth where Will Kim was to finish it off. But earlier in the half, as this is going to be a dangerous play.
Yep.
Earlier in the half, Blair had a great opportunity. A wonderful save was made by the goalkeeper of the Pennington school. Pinato, yeah. And he left that one, a ball that was very close to being over the line. He was able to get a touch and keep it from going out of play. So this could very easily be a 2-0 Blair advantage if it weren't for the goalkeeper for the Pennington school.
Shy attempt by the Bucks, set up another goal kick for the Red Raiders, who won the Mercer County Championship last night on neutral territory. Red Raiders did not have to go too far to win the championship. They had to go to Hopewell Valley, which is practically in the same town. It's just on the other side of where Pennington's located. A 3-1 win over West Windsor South, and great contributions from players such as Tunji Unitiri and Apollo Magalhaes. Right now, those two players have really been kept out of contention here.
Great save there.
Now a corner kick due up for the Red Raiders as you get one more look at this play.
That's wonderful goalkeeping by Iacono to come out and cut off the angle. Just nowhere to go for it if you're Pennington and trying to finish that ball. That's all on the goalkeeper who makes the save.
Here's the bender, and it goes over everyone's head. Not surprising on that side of the field considering the direction of the wind, which has played a factor in a lot of high balls throughout the game. Another whistle, this one against the Bucks. Maybe this is Pennington's opportunity right here. Just maybe.
Now they're pretty deep in midfield, Matt. That'd be a heck of a call by you.
I'm saying to create an opportunity. This is Galloway. Playing it out. Lou. And another save by Iaconov, excuse me. We welcome all of you who are tuning in from Switzerland, Iaconov's home country. Although you might be 5 hours ahead, you're witnessing a future college star.
Yeah, it turns into a nice little Friday night for that family over there in Switzerland.
Oh, yes.
Bundled up on their couch or whatever they're doing, not out here
Yeah.
in the elements here at Underwood Field. Always nice to watch something remotely, huh?
And who knows what the temperature's like out in Switzerland right now?
Good question. Why don't you ask your weather app?
Of course, that's Simon referring to a joke from in the first half. He's trying to find the wind speed. Some pushing and shoving going on. The foul here. I can't tell who it is from this angle, but that's a no-go. That was Sudel for Blair. And now the Bucks will have a free kick.
Back up, fellas, so they'll kick over your heads.
Mike Iaconov will take this free kick. It is direct. Line drive Bender. Over the head deliberately of JT Lamon. As Galloway sends it out in the direction of Onatiri. Onatiri trying to play keep away, work it back. That was to Panson. This is Lou who sends it over everything. Actually, it was Lucas Freitas who sent it over the goal. Pennington seems to be finding more opportunities here in the second half. I know it's early. 33.5 minutes left to go. Under that. Sorry, Simon.
They still haven't really challenged Iacono. Any of the chances that Pennington has had, it's been able to be easily sniffed out by the Blair defense. So though they have been pressing here, still similar to the story in the first half, just have not been able to get anything really going, though there was one really good save made by Iacono.
Breakaway maybe right here for Pennington. Shot blocked and deflected off Patterson. Tunji and Onatiri on the attempt, but it went off the kick of Owen Patterson out of Andover, New Jersey.
And remember, this Pennington team played a full 80 minutes yesterday. So they just played a full 40 minutes in the first half, 80 minutes yesterday. That's 120 minutes of game time in the last 24 hours or so. And anyone who's even in good shape, that's going to take a toll on your body. So maybe the fatigue starts to set in for Pennington. They've got to forget about it, though, if they want to come back in this game.
Right, and they started play around 7:03 last night after the MCT Girls Soccer Championship game.
Oh, it was a night game to boot, huh?
Yes, under the lights, why not? Prime time. Girls game was at 5:30 between Allentown and Notre Dame, then the boys followed.
Yeah, so there's no doubt that Pennington's going to be affected at some point or in some way by all the soccer they've been playing in the last few days.
This is Frick. His pass broken up by Aiden Liu. It will be a Blair corner with under 31.5 to go. 1-0 Blair, second half. Sana Nodehue, who is credited for the assist on the Will Kim goal in the 28th minute, on for the corner. Nodehue will send it over the head. It's off the head of Lamon and right to our camera.
Give him the ball.
Galloway to throw it in.
Kick it over to defense.
Short one for Jared Subarski, number 13.
Nice, Zach. Way to go.
And this right here is Tunji Onatiri.
Oh, come
Magalese. And here comes Freitas, working it back. Adam Charles sends one in the 18, inside the 6, and saved by Iacono.
Yeah, he's been sure-handed when those balls have come into the middle of the 6. There was a offensive player looming there for Pennington, so Iacono forced to be sure-handed, and he was.
Poirier gets one out to Ahan. Nifty footwork attempt by Tom Robinson. Now a whistle and a foul. It's going against Pennington.
Is this going to be a penalty kick?
See if we can pull up the replay.
Come on, stand up.
The referee right there talking with Satchel Corte. And it will be a penalty kick for Nodehu. One more look. Wow.
Yeah, not a ton there for a...
Take your time, know where you're putting it.
So this is an opportunity for Nodehu. It's 2-0.
Most frustrating thing as a keeper is when you get a hand on it and it still goes into the back of the net. That's a play and a penalty kick that the keeper for Pennington is going to be playing through his mind all day and night.
This one coming with 30 minutes left. One more look, and this one was a no-doubter.
Well, there was
the
a little
fingertips.
bit of a doubt as
after the fingertips.
After the fingertips, certainly no doubt. Keeper guessed right. In the end, a very good finish by Nodehu. You give a lot of credit to him to putting it into the net, even though the keeper guessed right. That tells you how much Nodehu got on that penalty kick. As the referees are discussing something here.
They're walking over towards us.
I'm leaving. Call the game fair. You're blowing it.
And
call the game fair for both sides.
one of the fans not too pleased.
Yeah, you could hear
Pennington,
that.
I believe.
You could probably hear some choice words by the fan, as I believe he's getting kicked out of the game by the referees, and that's what's causing the delay. Of course, those choice words have to happen right in front of our microphone here, huh?
Did you pick them up?
Well, I don't think there was any cursing involved.
Okay, good. That's probably the most part the biggest part that matters.
That certainly is. Obviously, emotions running high. But if you're Pennington, you certainly got to be frustrated. And I think there's a reason to be frustrated with that most recent call. I mean, it may have been a foul, but it's not something that you often see a referee call inside the box. It's got to be really, really deliberate for there to be a penalty kick. And I'm not sure if that was a deliberate call enough. But Blair will take it. They've got a 2-0 lead here in the second half with a chance to go to the Prep A State Championship.
They have basically taken control of this game.
Oh, it's huge. There's no doubt about it. That's huge. A goal at this point, especially with the way Blair's defense is playing, you've got to feel good if you're Coach Matt Nall and company to hold on to a two-goal lead here with 30 minutes to go. But, Matt, there's a very popular saying that a 2-goal lead is the most dangerous lead in soccer. You think you're comfortable, all of a sudden the other team puts one in, and it's a 1-goal game. Things can change in an instant. So if you're Blair, you still got to keep on the gas pedal. No doubt about that. No time to let up at this point in the season.
Free kick here for Blair. This will be Owen Patterson on the free kick. And Simon, I'm about to do something that I've only done once before.
Oh. What's that, Matt?
Stand on a chair and call a game.
Yeah? Fans getting in your way, huh?
I did it before. I've done it before. I'll tell you later. This one cleared out for a moment here for Blair. Out to Stephen Frick, but it's out of play.
Just don't fall on me.
Oh, trust me, that's not happening. I'm just going to have to get accustomed to this for the final 27-37 of regulation.
I can't promise you any workman's comp.
This is Jirasiva on the attack. Galloway playing up against him. And right in front of us, Jirasiva backing up, and it's right by our crowd mic. JT Lyman, the lacrosse all-star, will throw it in. It's a long one. Off the head of Nodehue. High in the air. This is Freitas. Nice one-touch, playing it away from Lyman. Galloway, and it's broken up by Lyman. They say it's off him. Those of you from Mercer County who may have witnessed the Prep A Girls Soccer Championship game last year at Hahn may have recognized someone standing on a chair trying to call a game. Well, that's what I'm doing right now.
There you go.
Get a good view.
Whatever works, Matt. I'm all about results. The path to get to those good results.
There you go.
Whatever you want to take.
Magalese has it stripped away by Okpoye. One touch from Nodehue, broken up by Galloway. This is Magalese. Now back to Galloway, and that one's still inbounds. He'll work it out. This is Panzin, and that one a little too deep for his range. A throw-in, and before that a sub. 2 for Pennington, 1 for Blair. The one coming back in for the Bucks is Will Kim, who got Blair on the board in the 28th minute. Corte plays it back to Charles and eventually Bull. Griffin Bull sends one deep across. That's Magalese. Magalese tripped up by Okpoye, and he gets called for a foul. And he can't believe it. He's saying, why did I just do that? Why did I just get called for a foul?
Well, let's take another look here.
Yep. I think that's a push.
It's just an obstruction of.
And now for some reason, Okpoye is down. They've stopped the clock with 25-20 left in the second half.
It's very far after the play, so obviously the clock's stopping here, so it's not a matter of Blair trying to take some time off the clock. But it did happen right after the foul was called. Let's take one more look, see if we can see Poirier getting hurt here. Yeah, you could see his knee start to buckle a little bit.
Okay, yeah. May have been some contact.
There was contact on 2 separate instances in that play, so whether he was hurt on that first piece of contact or the second, I'm not sure, but in the end, he is down. Let's take a break here on the Strive Network. We'll come back with more soccer.
Back here at Blair Academy, where Enzo Okpoye was able to walk off the field with some help from the Blair athletic training staff. And this will be might be an indirect free kick for Pennington as they trail 2-0.
3-man wall, now 2-man, now back to 3-man.
Stephen Frick, check that, John Corio, a last-minute switcheroo. Here's a shot, and it's...
Oh, what a great save by Iacono.
I thought for somehow that was going in, but Iacono punches it over the goal. The attempt there by Sacha Cortez. You get one more look. Now Cortez not in view yet.
Yeah, messed that one up. Sorry about that.
No
we'll get that replay at some point.
No worries. Corner for Pennington. Headed away by Blair. Punched away by Iacono. Off the head of Nodeyu. Eventually stopped and settled in by the Pennington offense. Jurisiviginda. That one lined off Galloway. Tripped up that time for Blair.
I got to go back to that save, though, by Iacono. What a great strike from a free kick by Pennington. And that was heading right under the crossbar. That would have been a goal if it weren't for the fists of Iacono.
Sudo for the free kick. It is direct. Plays it in off the head of Nodeyu. In comes Jurisiviginda. He'll watch that one bounce out. Excuse me. 2-0 Blair. And they're 23 minutes and change away from taking a trip to NJIT on Wednesday. A chance to play for a championship against top-seeded and undefeated St. Benedict's Prep. Interestingly enough about them, I don't think a lot of people have really recognized the amount of effort they've put into their schedule, where they're undefeated.
St. Benedict's?
Yes.
Yeah, I believe they're number 1 nationally ranked.
Galloway. Headed away by Corio. And that's Jurisiviginda, who can't really control the ball. What I mean by attention is that I really haven't heard a lot about them in the New Jersey newspapers.
Yeah, quiet, undefeated season.
Right.
As quiet as you can be. Ooh, great move there.
Kyle Galloway trying to play it in. This is Corte on the sideline. In front of him, he's got Harry Girandola. Haven't really mentioned his name that much. He was actually injured early on in the season. And in talking with Chad Bridges, the head coach, originally thinking about starting him, as this one kept alive by the Pennington offense. Cross. Nice save. Oh, that went in. That went in. And Pennington's on the board. It's 2-1 with about 22 minutes left. Girandola saved it. I'm not sure if that's an own goal. Let's take one more look if we can.
Definitely not an own goal, I don't believe.
One more look. And watch number 7 save this in the red. Yep.
Oh, yeah, my number 10 definitely did.
It was off the hands of Iacono. And now it's 2-1. And like you said, no 2-0 lead is ever safe in soccer.
That's certainly true. And certainly number 10 had a chance to clear that.
Behind the action here, as we play on, looks like the men's cross country team is practicing in the background. Pennington with a chance to tie it up. It's 2-1 right now. Freitas to his right for Girandola. Again, he probably will not get credit for that goal because it went off the hands of the goalkeeper.
No, it'll still be his goal, even though it went off the hands of the goalkeeper.
Okay.
He got that shot on. It's certainly frustrating if you're Blair because they had a chance to clear that away. Iacono did all he could. Needed some help from his defender.
We were talking about Girandola a moment ago because he got injured during the MCT. And as Galloway tried to keep it in bounds, it went out, but no whistle. Here's Corio and call for offsides. John Corio, number 16, the Afro, called off for offsides. Nope, check that. It was a throw-in, so a late whistle for the refs. Oh boy. Play it back here for Freitas. Frida's playing keep away. Out to Kyle Galloway. Diving save that time for Iacono. So going back to Girandola, injured during the MCT, one of the star athletes of this team. Last month committing to Fairfield. So he'll be a Division I soccer player come next fall. And the head coach for Pennington, Chad Bridges, told me originally not in the starting lineup. Well, that was not until I got the updated lineups before the game. So it's nice to see him getting some playing time despite a right ankle injury. 20 minutes left, 2-1 Blair. Pennington needs 1 to tie, 2 for the lead. Last night the score for the MCT championship game was 3-1 for Pennington as they knocked off West Windsor South to win their first MCT in 3 years. Galloway trying to find his teammate, broken up by Corio. Back to Galloway it goes. Corio, a nice break up again down the sideline. It's played into a flurry of fans. This is Thomas Robinson. Back to Corio. Corio sends one in the direction of the Jehu, headed away by Pennington. And clearing it is Subarski for a minute. Lyman to Corio. Broken up right there by Magalese. Here he comes. Person with the head of steam. And now backing up just a little bit after Freitas. One touch attempt. It's somehow player down, no whistle. Pennington, there's one man down for Pennington. Now they blow the whistle. There's someone down. I believe that's Magalese. No, check that. That's might be Andrew Coe. Gets up with some help from the goalkeeper, Iacono, for Blair. Nice sportsmanship.
Score, come on!
So it'll be a free kick here for the Bucks. Play it in, and it's booted out by the goalkeeper for Pennington, Impanado. And the Red Raiders are going to have another chance right here. Charles gets knocked out of the ground, no whistle. Now the ball is out of bounds, throw in for the Red Raiders. 2-1, Blair on top. Throw in for Pennington. It's Erie. Blair gets it right back. And it goes off Pennington Red Raiders back. Trying to turn it around was Jared Zubarski, number 13, the freshman. This is Charles. Gets one into Unatiri's direction. He's tripped up, no whistle, we play on. 17 minutes left, 2-1 Blair. Girandola receives the pass, broken up by Lamin. Galloway to his left, nice move. Magalese to Unatiri, tossed wide left. That one was inches away from tying the game, Mitch. You'll get one more look. Watch how close this gets. Okay, maybe not that close, but
yeah,
still.
really no angle. If he was able to put that one in, it would have been really impressive. But still, considering where he was to even have an opportunity to put that ball in, it was good stuff.
May have used the entire left side of the foot to try and shoot and score. Here comes Unatiri again. Going up with Lamin. Eventually, it's out of bounds. They will say Pennington throw-in, I believe. No, it's going to be a free kick. Have a bit of a bad angle, so pardon us for that. And on for the free kick is Paulo Magalhães. Raises his right hand in the air and fires away. It's a bender, headed, still in play, cleared somehow by Blair. What a move defensively for the Blair defense, clearing that free kick, which was nearly headed in by Pennington. Now we get a whistle. 2 men down for Blair, 1 is still down. That's Enzo Okpoye, and that is not a good sign.
It looked like the two players came together in and of themselves. The two teammates collided with each other. This is the second time we've seen Okpoye down. Not a good thing to see, as we will take an injury timeout.
Enzo Okpoye being walked off the field by the Blair athletic training staff as he collided with one of his own teammates. We're 15-15 away from the end of this one as Blair leads Pennington 2-1 in the Prep A state semifinal. Matt Nelson, Simon Rose back here with you in what has been quite an eventful match so far. Blair scored once in the first on a shot from Will Kim, a penalty kick from Enzo, from Shannon O'Dayhu rather in the second half, before a shot by Harry Girandola made it 2-1 Blair. That was roughly 10 minutes after the goal from O'Dayhu. Right now, one of the referees is walking in the direction of Pennington's bench. It's Chad Bridges, the head coach, in the hoodie. And he can't be too pleased. Although, with the way his team has played in recent days, he's got to be happy coming in. There's a shot. It's blocked by the Pennington defender. They're calling for a handball. That was Ekra Mahan who had the shy attempt. I believe it went off the hand of Satchel Corte. No whistle. Here's Girandola, knocked down by Lamon, flag in the air and a whistle. Good call. Wow, good call though. I have to commend them for making that because it looked a little heavy. But it's actually on Girandola. Huh.
There you go.
Win it, Senna, come on.
Owen Patterson will take the free kick. Just inside midfield. Line drive off the head of Galloway. And here comes Corte. Lamon breaks it up nicely for a moment. Freitas. And now back to Girandola. Here comes Corte. Keeping it in is Girasivagenda. Now it gets out of bounds. 14 minutes left. It's 2-1 Blair. Winner goes to the championship game in the Prep A class. This is Magalese. Pass left to Tunji Unatiri. There's a shot deflected off a Blair defender. Unatiri will try and play it back. Get open chance. Adam Charles. And that one cleared out by Blair. Racing after it is Subarski. Galloway down the sideline. He will send it out to Lamon for Blair. Dayhue. Nice defense. No whistle. Player down for a moment for Pennington. Thomas Robinson, did he shove the player? Or is that offsides?
No, I think he shoved the player.
Okay, Robinson gets called for the foul as he shoves Sancho Corte to the turf. And Robinson is not doing well right now. They've stopped the clock with 12:50 left. Robinson holding his left shoe, now his right.
Yeah, he's just stretching his legs out.
He'll shake off the pain and he'll come out. He will come out. In for Blair. Rito Hito Shapiro, his first appearance of the second session. Griffin Bull, free kick. Charles with a one-touch. Shapiro, here's no Dayhue, working to his left. Nice move, but he gets taken down, no whistle. May have slid. Galloway trying to keep it in play, and he does so. Shapiro to Jirasivajinda. Back to Shapiro. Plays one intended. That was for Matt Holtzman, number 18, I believe. Now a whistle, that one's out of bounds. Lamon the throw-in. Shapiro going up now with Sabarski, and Sabarski, did he let that one go? That's a goal kick. Sabarski did let that go. Unless that was just a free kick. Freitas plays one to left side for Charles. Down the sideline he goes, one-on-one with the defender. Charles with a burst of steam, gets it out to Unatiri. Now they play it back. There's a shot. That one to Girandola, he lets that one go. This is getting intense, Simon.
Yeah, you're starting to get to the point if you're Blair Academy where you just try to get the ball deep as much as you can. You know Pennington's going to come with as much force as they can. Every time you got a chance to have the ball in a dangerous area, you just clear that away and not take any chances, get cute in the back. You've got the 1-goal lead and the opportunity to go to the state championship next Wednesday.
Off the goal kick. In the middle of the field, Shapiro has it.
Good shield.
And it's broken up that time nicely by Griffin Bull. Lamon. And was supposed to be cleared out by Blair that time. Here's Corte. Right side for Freitas. Nifty footwork. Plays it into the middle.
Oh, great defense right there. That's what I'm talking about. If you have a chance to get your foot on the ball, you just try to clear it out of harm's way and just disrupt the rhythm of Pennington.
More fans have gathered into Underwood Field, including those from the Blair football team.
Here's what I'm talking about right here. It's wonderful work by number 11 for Blair and Jacob Sudel.
Iacano, the goal kick. That one clears midfield. Unatiri has it broken up by Lyman. Nicely done. Corte Plays it back towards the center for Fridas. Broken up by Zivizinda. And cleared by Patterson. Charles. The sideline, he'll play it back. Sabarski with a one-touch. This is Magalese. Across. That, I believe, is for one of the Unitaries. That was Tunji. Now Fridas. Works left. Eventually they find Unitiri. And Corte plays one wide. Another goal kick, rather, for Blair. Under 9 minutes. Blair looking to go to the championship game Wednesday at NJIT, which we hope to be there for. That one will be played against St. Benedict's Prep. Undefeated Gray Bees. One of the best in the country. Fridas again, plays it to the left side. This is Griffin Bull, working right. He'll find Geranola for a minute, and a nice save made by Iacano. That could have tied the game. Iacano was right there to stop it. And he'll take his time with this one. In comes Frick. Plays it to Zivizinda. One touch back to Frick. Here comes the man on. Nicely done by Pennington in the defense. And now a chance for Corte. Down the sideline. Lamon with him. And running out of bounds is Corte furiously.
Exhaust yourself, fellas. Keep fighting.
This should be a throw-in for the Red Raiders.
Throw in for Blair here.
Okay. Dayhu trying to play keep away. Nice defense by the Pennington school. Lucas Fridas, left side for Bull. Bull will give it a cross. It's headed away by Lamon. That is Geranola. I'll check that. It's Griffin Bull, I believe.
Help him.
And it's out of bounds.
Keep the ball, guys. Come on.
Goal kick here for Blair and Iacano.
Keep the ball.
Coming up on 6 minutes left in regulation.
Keep the ball.
Pennington still with a chance to tie it up. But Blair is having none of that take place. Not for right now. Zivizinda, and it's booted out by Griffin Bull. Coming in that time is Corio. Zivizinda off his chest, knocked out of bounds by Galloway.
Time, boys.
5.5 left as Lyman will take the throw in near side. Off the head of Galloway, it's high. And that one goes off the back of Lamon. Quick throw in for Pennington. And sending it deep is Corte. Off the head and falling down is Jacob Sudel. Throw in for the Red Raiders. Corte trying to play one into the middle of the field and give Pennington a chance to tie it. Headed away by Lamon. And Iacano comes up with a catch.
Iacono has had a phenomenal second half. This is great communication. He calls his defender off, and he makes a sure-handed save, wastes a little bit more time as he gets the punt away.
That's making it difficult for the Red Raiders as Galloway clears it. Corte racing after it, but Patterson might have been there, and he does send it out of bounds. A lot of fans in attendance. They've come from Pennington, they've come from Blair. Watch this great contest as Iacano leaps up and makes another incredible save. So you have to love the support of the fan base for both schools. And we also credit those who are watching from Switzerland, supporting Mike Iacano as well. Galloway to the left, off the head of Onatiri, and batted out by Blair, out of bounds. Under 3.5 left, the Red Raiders need to hurry. Onatiri gets one, and it's cleared out by Patterson. Hansen, nifty footwork right there. Lays it out for Bull. Toward the side. Corte towards the center of the field. Freitas now has it, works left, passes left, gets it right back to a teammate from a teammate, and it's cleared out by Blair. The man in the afro, Stephen Frick.
Way to sacrifice your body.
Galloway around the defender. 2.5 minutes left, closing in on what would be stoppage time. Cleared out by Frick.
Yeah, that's a good call there by the referee. Certainly obstruction.
On Frick, you mean?
Yep.
All right, 2:10 left on the clock here at Blair. When it approaches 2 minutes, it will stop. And we'll be in stoppage time.
So, of course, our clock on the screen is unofficial, so we go by the referees to this point. We've played 40 minutes and change. The referees have the official time.
Magali's free kick cleared out by Blair, but only for a moment. This is Sabarski. We don't know how many more chances they have, but they're running out of time. Pennington's season might be over in a matter of moments. This is the last game on their calendar. Cleared out that time by John Corio. Pennington had a lot of momentum coming in, winning the Mercer County tournament, blowing past their opponents. Blair's last game was on Monday. They were supposed to play this game yesterday, but Wednesday's rain postponed this game to Friday because Pennington played the Mercer County Tournament Championship game yesterday and knocked off West Windsor South in prime time at Hopewell Valley. This might be their last opportunity right here. Again, our clock is unofficial. It will be oh, wait a minute. We got a man down. We have a man down for Pennington. Jared Panson is down. We are in an injury timeout. Jared Pennington has gone up under his own power and will be taken off the field for the Red Raiders. We are in stoppage time in the Prep A State Semifinal. Blair holds a 2-1 lead and are moments away from potentially pulling this one off against a Pennington team that's been on fire as of late, winning the Mercer County tournament. Will be a opportunity corner for Pennington. That might be their last chance.
Keeper's
it's
up
away.
there. Keeper's up there. This is an empty net.
Oh my goodness! Here comes Ekra Mahan, and Blair takes a 3-1 lead. And they're acting like they've won because they think the game is over. Ekra Mahan makes it 3-1 in stoppage time, and I think this is over. Not sure if they've called it just yet. They haven't called it yet. It's 3-1 Blair, and Ekra Mahan may have put this one to bed.
Yeah, he's not going to score an easier goal all season. Hockey style as they pull the goalie at the end, and
I don't know why.
man, that's a great counterattack. Well, you're coming, you've got nobody, you feel like that's your last chance. You pull the goalie up. Time's winding down. You want to put as many bodies in the middle as you can. Get an extra attacker up there. It went and you could say it backfired, but in the end, Pennington was going to lose anyway if the game ended 2-1.
Well, regardless of what happens here, Blair is going to NJIT on Wednesday. They've won the Prep A State semis and will take on St. Benedict's Prep on Wednesday. Wow, what a victory.
Yeah, really a phenomenal performance by Blair Academy, as it started off in the first half as Pennington looked like they were the stronger team, possessing in the midfield. But Blair's defense really did not allow any good opportunities in that first half. And then in the second half, it was Mike Iacono who made a number of phenomenal saves. And the 3 goals on the board for the Blair Academy Buccaneers, enough to give them the win. What a performance here by Blair on their home field in a very, very hard-fought game.
What a run for Pennington. Unfortunately, that comes to an end. They won the Mercer County tournament, and now the season is over. Back to wrap it up right after this. Back here at Blair Academy, where the Buccaneers just knocked off the Red Raiders 3-1 in the Prep A State semis. Mike Iacano might be the hero of this one. And Mike, just talk about how the offense helped you out.
I mean, everyone came together, especially the last 20 minutes. We were 10 men behind the ball, everyone focusing at a team. Everyone knew what we had to do. We had the game plan before we came out, and all it just came down to is just execution.
You were playing a Red Raiders squad that was on a head of steam. They won the Mercer County tournament. They blew out their opponents. What was the key to success for today?
I mean, it was just knowing that, this was our year. It was knowing the fact that we came in, we won games that were close. We knew we could do it again. We knew that squad was going to be, one of the hardest, besides Benedict's, that we're ever going to play. And, I mean, it just came down to believing in ourselves and following through with our execution.
So now you play the undefeated Great Bees on Wednesday. You'll be at a Division I school. What are you expecting?
Against Benedict's? Yeah. I'm expecting the hardest game of the year. I mean, I'm expecting we're going to have, instead of 20 minutes with 10 men behind the ball, we'll have, a full 80. I think that in order to win against Benedict's, where every single person is going to have to put in, the performance of their lives, and it's something that we've just been working for, since the beginning of the season, and we haven't stopped believing in it.
What's been the difference maker between this year and last year?
I think it just has to say teamwork, communication, and just we're more of a brotherhood. Last year we had the skill. Arguably we had better skilled players in the past 2 years, but it was 11 individual players and not one individual set of 11.
Before I let you go, some of your friends and family from Switzerland are watching back home. Anything you want to say to them?
I love you guys. Wish me luck in the next game.
Mike Iacano. Best of luck Wednesday.
Thank you. Thank you.
That'll just about do it here from Blair Academy as the Buccaneers boys soccer team wins 3-1 over Pennington. The season is over for the Red Raiders. Tomorrow we're back here at Blair for football. The Buccaneers will play host to Lawrenceville at 2:30. For Simon Rose, Matt Nelson, signing off from now from Underwood Field. You'll be watching the Prep A State Semifinal right here on Strive.